Hey everybody, welcome to CHEM 150 over the summer. So this course is, if you haven't already communicated to me by email or found out from some other way, is a virtual course. And actually let me go ahead and click on the syllabus here so I can kind of point to some of the things I'm going to be talking about here. So this course only takes place between June 14th to July 16th. So it's actually a 5-week session. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the syllabus, you can actually see a timeline of things that are due. This class, as far as things that will be due, you have some activities. Think of it as your homework. You have quizzes and you have exams. And that's it. Everything else is up to you to sort of stay on top of. And by everything else, I mean going over the lecture slides, watching the lecture videos. I'm going to post lecture videos, um, and uh, and then the reading material. The reading material, of course, is probably the most important. So again, you can see here our class is all laid out. When the due dates here show you the last chance you have to submit that item, you can always do it ahead of time. So if you're the type of person or student that likes to get ahead, you can definitely do that in this class. Okay, so back to the top here. We don't have an official meeting time. There's no Zoom session for this class. Officially, I think on the schedule we're 8 to 10, Monday through Friday for the 5 weeks. But like I said, I'm going to record lecture videos and post them. And the reason I do this is out of convenience for me. I'm a stay-at-home dad at the moment, as I imagine many of you are stay-at-home somethings. And I've got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. They keep me pretty much busy all the days, except for right around 2 o'clock when I make them take a nap. So, that doesn't line up with our class, 2 o'clock. So the best way for me to kind of teach this class without having to be constantly stopping, between 8 and 10 to take care of my children and this new puppy that my wife brought home, um, I'm going to record videos while they're asleep and then I'll post those. Everything else should be pretty automated in this course, as I'll show you here in a few seconds. In terms of when you submit things, I will get you answer keys. When you post or do your quizzes, I will get you feedback. Everything will happen in Canvas. You can reach me through Canvas messaging. I think over at the side, you guys all have that inbox. You can go there and send me a message. Or you can email me if you need to email me. Here is my email address. We don't have, like I said, any official Zoom sessions. So if we need to, meet for office hours or something like that, we can set up. I'll set up a Zoom link, and we can do that, as needed or as on like an appointment basis. So just email me and let me know. I have a discussion board set up that I'll show you in a second. That I also want you guys to utilize as a way to ask questions or to find out information that you might have missed, or even just to give me ideas of where there's any confusion, if there's any confusion. So I hope you guys will utilize those discussion boards. If you click on discussions, you should see one. There's a general discussion that I posted, and then you can post here. Some prerequisites. I imagine most of you maybe have taken a look at this already. Please read the syllabus. It's got a lot of information here. It's got some learning outcomes. It's got the required text, which I have posted for you. There's a link on the main homepage that should take you to the book. I started this, trying to get it to open in here about 10 minutes ago. Looks like it loaded. It's 872 pages. I don't recommend reading it in browser. I would download it. It's a PDF. Just download it, and that way you can open it and have it open, while you're working or looking at PowerPoint slides in Canvas. But this textbook, you don't have to buy it. Some exams and some quizzes. Those are essentially the big points here. 80% of your grade is sort of test format, and then you have some activities, 20%. I'm still figuring out if we're going to work on lockdown browser or use some sort of online proctoring for the exams and quizzes. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't think you have an exam until the end of this first week, so I'll let you know if that's going to be implicated or implicated. What's the word I'm looking for? If it's going to be utilized, let's say. In the meantime, assume that it's going to be open notes, open resources on these exams. Um, I know that you guys are at home. You guys are, able to look at stuff. I'm not dumb. Okay, so I might as well just, make it okay so you guys don't feel like you're cheating. So yeah, open notes, open internet if you think you're fast enough. The exams are timed. And if I use Proctorio or Lockdown Browser, I think it records using your webcam, so I would be able to you know, or it actually records your screen and stuff. I could see what you're searching, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm still figuring out if we have the rights to use those this semester. Quizzes, you have an hour to do the quizzes. You have 2 hours for the exams, an hour for the quizzes. I'll show you an example quiz here in a minute. Exams are very similar. I'll show you what an activity looks like. These will be uploaded, so you'll download the file, you'll presumably print it out and write on it, or just use some sort of tablet, or write on your screen, and fill it out, and then you upload it, and then I'll share the key with you so that you can look over the key. So the way I'll give you credit for your assignments is going to be based on just did you do it and did you put an honest effort in. I'll look at your answers. If your answers are gibberish, then it's basically you didn't do it. But if you are trying to answer them correctly, and let's say even if you get them all wrong, but I can tell an honest answer from just a gibberish answer, you'll get credit. You get credit just for doing them. Okay, but you have to put the effort in. Normal grade scale. Okay, so 5 weeks. I've got the class broken into modules, and I've assigned several modules per week. So week 1 will be modules 1 and 2. Week 2 is module 3. Week 3, 4 and 5. Week 4, modules 6 and 7. And then week 5 will just be module 8. Now again, you can look at all of the things that are due here. You can even click on them and they'll take you to that activity. You have a calendar view here, and this is all under the syllabus. Now let's go to the home page. This is where you go when you click on Chem 150 in your Canvas. It brings you right here. If you're watching this video, then you clicked on the link, and it probably no longer says coming soon. Your textbook is here. That's the this thing. And again, I would go ahead and just download that. Right underneath that is the discussion board link. Click on that and it'll take you to the discussion board where you can, again, hopefully post any concerns, comments, questions that you have. And as a student, fellow student, to help each other out, answer each other's questions if you happen to have that answer. Like I said, I've got 2 little kids running around here and this puppy I have to babysit, I guess, for the next 15 years. So I'm busy, as we all are in this hot time. I hope you guys aren't all in Visalia or Fresno. It's really hot. It's going to be 111 this week. It's insane. All right. Week 1. So there's nothing in this. This is just telling you what you are doing in week 1, modules 1 and 2. And then you can see I've got module 1 here and module 2 here. So that's the objective of this first week. Now, if we expand on 1, you'll see that there's some assigned reading. This is the book that I gave you guys. But I've also included some reading material, and I'll give you a heads up. The reading material is what the activities are sort of based on, and the exam quizzes and exams come from sort of the assigned reading. So you have to do both. You got to do both. I want you to do both. That's what this is a summer course. It's fast. It's not as, let's say, thorough as it could be if we had 19 weeks, and so I want to pack in a lot of information. And since I'm giving you guys essentially your 2 hours back in the morning to let you do whatever you need to do and then watch the lectures, in your own time, you should have plenty of time to do this reading, right? This is a serious commitment from you guys. It's like a job over the summer, right? Or a second job, or even a third job. You guys are earning this grade that you paid for. So Reading materials, I'll give you an example of reading material here in a second. That goes with an activity. There's no activity here, but I still want you to get in the habit of looking at the reading material. It's different than the book you're going to read. Okay, the way that the material's worded here isn't exactly the same, and so that should help. Sometimes hearing things in a few different ways or reading it in a few different ways helps. So you got some lecture videos. If you click on a lecture video, it should take you to YouTube. Okay, so at the moment I only have the first video posted so that you guys can jump in if you want to jump in. But as the course goes on, I'll start to post other videos. So this one's 20 minutes long. I think there's a captioning option. Yeah, there we go. So if you need to, if I talk too fast, which I do, and if I don't enunciate very well or if I'm mumbling, please hit the auto caption button. It's an auto caption. I didn't write them out. I should probably put some time into that. The video pairs with the PowerPoint. Sorry. So video, okay, lecture slides. And you'll see that as we move from the 1.1, actually all of this 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 stuff should be covered in the lecture water chapter. Here's another example. More lecture slides, more lecture slides. I will post videos to go with every set of slides. Oh, okay, yeah, so there are more slides here too. So lecture video 1.1 for these lecture slides. I'll post a lecture video 1.2 to go with these lecture slides, and a lecture video 1.3 for these lecture slides. Okay, so I would, maybe have the slides out while you watch the video. The way that I do these is that I give you basically kind of like a bare bones slide. If you notice, there's a lot of images on here, but there's not a lot of text on here. So if you want the text, or you want to see the things that get written on here, I wanted it to feel like it was a real class, right? In a real class, I'd show you some slides and I'd talk to you and I'd write some things on the board. That's what happens when you watch the video. I'll animate these slides with my writing and some arrows and some molecules and stuff like that. So follow along with your version of the PowerPoint slides and take notes on them. That's what I'm hoping you'll do. I don't know if that means you have to print them out. I hope not. I hope you have them on a tablet. Maybe you download the PowerPoint file. I did leave it as a PowerPoint file. Let me know if you need this as a PDF. I can upload a PDF as well. But you should be able to open this with PowerPoint. In fact, you guys have Office 360 available. So everybody has Office 360. I don't know if you knew that. You pay for it. It comes with Canvas too. So open this file, save it as a PDF if you need to. Print it out real small or big or whatever, and take notes on it. That's what I hope happens. But hey, to each his own. So that's lecture videos will be there. And again, I'll post videos that correspond to every set of lecture slides. There's a couple of additional resources here. There's an amino acid PDF that you guys can use. Has some good information about the PI isoelectric points and the different ionized forms and just the structures of the amino acids. I think they're 3-letter codes, they're single-digit codes, that kind of stuff. So it's a good form to have. Quizzes. When you click on the quiz, I already took it. It's not going to let me take it again here. So if you click on a quiz, I didn't actually take it, I just opened it and then closed it, but I guess it remembers my student view. So it'll tell you a little bit about the quiz. I think they always tell you what they're relevant to, but the way that I've set these up is that the quiz will come after the material. So every bit of material that comes before the quiz should be on that quiz. So in Module 2, protein structure, protein function, and then a quiz. This quiz is assuming it's on protein function and structure. Okay, presumably. Module 3, we get some enzymes, kinetics, regulation, and then we get a quiz. So that will be the subject of that quiz. So when you click on the quiz, it should take you to the quiz page. Again, it reminds you how many points it's worth, how much time you have, when the due date is, and then you start. You'll get a timer down here over at the sides telling you your timer. You've got your questions. You can select which question that you want to work on. I think it only shows you one question at a time. I don't know if that's the exams as well. They may show you all the questions at once. It's just a setting, excuse me. But most of them will be multiple choice. I don't think there's very many short answer, but there might be some short answer or fill in type questions. You'll answer it, you'll submit. When you're done, you'll submit, and then it'll tell you whether you've got them right or wrong. I think it'll tell you whether you've got them right or wrong. It may just say correct, incorrect, or it'll just tell you your score, but it won't show you it won't show you the answers until a specific date. I think this is 2 days after the exam quiz is due, and that's for obvious reasons, right? I don't want somebody taking the exam and then giving all the correct answers out. So you'll have to wait, but I definitely encourage you to check back and to review your quizzes and your exams. You want to know how you did on those. Quizzes and exams are all here. Show you an exam. I don't know if the exams are available at the moment. 150 minutes, so 2.5 hours. 20 points, 25 questions. Yeah, shows you all the questions at once. All right, give you a little bit of a preview onto exam 1, right? Of course, you could go take it now if you wanted to. All right. Let's take a look at Module 2 real quick. So this is the second half, let's say, of the week that we want to be working on. In fact, the due date, right, for this first exam or this first quiz is actually Wednesday. So I want you guys to be doing all of this by Wednesday. So I'll post a video on Tuesday, I'll post a video on Wednesday. If I get them both done, I'll post them on Tuesday. But you'll have all of this done, or all the material, so that you can take this quiz on Wednesday or before Wednesday. Protein structure and function. Here are some activities. So the first activity is protein structure. And so it's a file. You'll download it. Or you'll just, like I said, work on it on your mobile device or on a tablet. So you'll fill in some words here. You'll do some interaction types here. You'll answer some questions. You'll talk about these Ramachandran plots. This has to do with the way that proteins can move. I go over that in the reading material. The associated reading material, remember? Reading material that's separate from the chapters in the book which help you with the exams and the quizzes. This reading material gives you a little more detail and kind of, like I said, words things differently so that you can hopefully retain it better. There's a little spot down here where you'll probably want to read to be able to answer, that little bit on the activity. But once you get the activity done, you'll upload it. Why not? Here, let's try this. So you can start assignment. I'm not really sure what that means. Oh, so when you start assignment, it just basically wants you to submit it. So you would presumably have it done already, and then you'd come in here and you'd upload your file. Looks like you can link it to your Google Drive, or you can just upload from your computer, or even, I guess, take a picture of it with your webcam, like scan it. So that's what you would do, and you have until Thursday at midnight to submit this first one, and then I believe the second one is due by Friday. The due dates should be on here, so Thursday and Friday. If you go to look at the solution, it'll unlock the next day. So I'll give you credit, for having done it. Of course, if you try to do it late, you won't get any credit because the key will already be available. So there's no late work accepted. And that goes for quizzes, that goes for exams, that goes for um, activities. And even if I haven't graded them yet, that doesn't mean that Canvas doesn't tell me that it's submitted late. It does. It tells me. It actually shows it to me in a different color in the gradebook so that I know at a glance that it is late. So stay on top of the assignments. It'll benefit your grade. So that's the 1 and 2, module 1 and 2. That's the objective for this week, right? But as you look through here, you'll see and I encourage you to go through here and look at just what's coming up. I did include some practice for some of the math that you'll encounter on the exam 1. Exam 1 looks like it's coming at the end of the second week. Okay, so week 2 has module 3. Module 3 has enzymes. Enzymes have multiple parts to it: kinetics and inhibition, regulation and mechanisms. That'll probably spread out over, it looks like 2 lectures and 2 activities. There's some reading material. There's a quiz. This is a Thursday quiz. This is a Friday exam. Again, you can take these early. I would encourage you to do everything early if you can. Week 3, carbohydrates and lipids. Let's see. I guess I could move. Should move that. Well, I'll move it later. I was thinking of moving the reading material just to be right underneath where it said chapter 8. But it doesn't matter. I got lost already. Here we go. We got another quiz. I think there's only 8 quizzes. Week 3 has modules 4 and 5, so nucleic acids and replication. Week 4, we get to modules 6 and 7. This is protein synthesis. So that goes through transcription and translation. And then module 7 is catabolism of sugar. So we go through glycolysis, the citric acid cycle, and the electron transport chain. We don't look at catabolism of proteins or fats, and we also don't look at how we make those, the anabolism of it. But like I said, it's a summer course. We don't have time to go over everything. This is the main good stuff. And then week 5, which will be our last week, is a nice slow week for you guys to build up to your exam. I've got 1 chapter, 1 module, photosynthesis, no activity, just a quiz and an exam. So I hope it's not too overwhelming at the moment, but it should go pretty nicely. And I encourage you to email me with any of your questions and concerns as that happens or as we get to that. To those points. Grades. If we look at the grades, that really doesn't show you anything. Of course, if that's what yours looks like, you don't really need to see what mine looks like. Mine just has a bunch of student names and stuff. But all of your quizzes, all of your exams, all of your activities, you can see how it's all laid out. I don't know if I'm dropping any low exams or anything. Sometimes I curve. It doesn't look like I have anything scheduled to be curved. It would say it would let me know here if I was dropping, let's say, 1 quiz, 1 lowest quiz, or 1 lowest activity. And I often do that. In fact, I can go ahead and do that, just in case some of you are worrying. I'll drop the lowest quiz and the lowest activity. So basically that means you have a freebie. If you get a 0 on an assignment or a 0 on a quiz, let's say you don't take a quiz, it doesn't hurt your grade. Can't do that for the exams though. There's 3 exams. Sorry guys. All right, so let me know if there's anything that I forgot. I'm gonna post this video, link it up. Hopefully you guys will watch it before Monday. But when Monday comes, again, don't expect a Zoom session or anything. I'll post an announcement. I'll send out an email, just welcoming everybody again, and just kind of reiterating what we're working on this week and what's due. And I'll do that every week, just kind of give you a heads up about your quizzes and your exams, and just kind of remind you guys not to forget. This is a sort of motivate yourself kind of class here, because it's virtual. But I hope that the recorded nature of the videos helps you guys out, lets you, you can watch them over and over. You don't have to scramble to take notes down as I'm saying them during our Zoom session. I hope that it makes it a little bit easier and the material more digestible, but at the same time, you've seen from what I showed you, there's a lot of material that you're going to have to go over in this class. So um, don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions, okay? And I will see you guys, I guess, in the chats, in the discussions. All right, good luck, everybody. I look forward to this summer session with you guys.